my dad was a character. He was probably 5'4", 5'5", weighed about 125, 35 pounds, quite a bit smaller guy than me. I'm now on one of the Wide Pride crew. But he was a character, and he was what we might call an opportunist, too. He took advantage of any situation and every situation that he could. Now, we had a little farm there in West Texas, not a big one, just a small little place, and we raised bottle calves. And they were tearing out or redoing some railroad, and that came through Lubbock, Texas, and so they had cross ties. Well, he brought a whole load of these cross ties into the farm, and we're going to use those as corner posts on fence posts. So he starts out on that, and he puts one in the corner and then another one out beside it and another one the other way, and you know, puts braces all around that. I tell you what, you couldn't have pulled it down with a dozer. And then we bought a bunch of, you know, we did that on all four corners. And then we went and bought a bunch of that old Texas barbed wire. Not like this electrical barbed wire that you buy now. I mean, this stuff is stout, but it's hard to stretch. And, you know, if you just nail it up, within time, it'll start to sag. So we knew that we were going to have to stretch that out some. So he had an 049 Plymouth that was a 3-speed on the column. And so we tie the first piece of barbed wire at the end, and then we stretch it out. We're doing a full acre now. So we go to the far end to the other post, and we tie that piece of barbed wire around the bumper of that 49 Plymouth. And we've got it in position. And what we're going to do is we're going to pull that barbed wire with that Plymouth. Now, we're not going to try and crank the car and do it. No, he puts me inside the car. He takes the coil wire off. We put it down in low gear, and it's a 3-speed. We put it down in low gear, and you just hit the key, and you just jig that key just a little bit, and the car just moves up, you know. And so we're stretching the wire. He's out there with a screwdriver, hammer, or something. I don't remember now what he had. But anyway, I'd hit the key, and he'd hit the wire. Boing, yong, yong, yong. He'd say, not tight enough yet. That'll sag. Won't take no time. That'll sag. Jigger one more time. So I hit the key, and old Plymouth, it hunches forward there just a little bit. He hits it. We're getting there, but we're not there yet, you know. Jigger again. So I do, and he takes the screwdriver and he hits it again. The frequency of it, just as it gets tighter, just gets higher. Well, we do that several times, and then finally, after I hit the key and we move it forward just a little bit, then he hits that, and it's I mean, just high. I mean, it's tight. And so he looks at me, and he's kind of got his hand on his chin there, and he said, I tell you what, son, jigger one more time. Well, I jigger one more time, and you can hear it at the other end of the field. It broke, and all of it is coming this way. Now, it happened in a New York minute, but in my mind, as I think back at it, it took forever for it to happen, you know. And all of that whole acre of barbed wire is coming toward us. I realize it, and he realizes it. Now, I'm sitting in the 49 Plymouth. I'm protected. He's standing outside, but he looks at me, and his eyes are about that big, and he says, run. About that time, the barbed wire just engulfs him. I think it took probably 30 minutes to get him cut out of that with side cutters. He was a character.